At least we have a recording. Okay, so the 12 animals symbolize each is heavenly, earthly branch, and this year is the tiger. Instantly, if you were born in the month of January, you might still belong to the ox. So you need to check the calendar of your birth year to see what's the date of the beginning of spring is. Because that's the time, because the year is associated with the solar stems. The 10 heavenly stems. So I'm going to do a quick tiger here. Okay, I'm going to do the tiger in hopefully in one big stroke. Let me just use two brushes just to make it big. Okay, here we go. This is the back. And the very strong hip, 老虎屁股, and the tail. Okay. Now the cat kind of the head with a rounded. That's the pattern of the king. And there's some eyebrows, nose, big mouth. Okay. Eyebrows is white. A lot of white there. Let me just okay, now you can use some purple, or you can use ink. We got ink here. Yeah. Stripes. Okay. Okay, that's my tiger. Okay. Just let it bleed. So it is you can use a small brush to add the whiskers. Okay, and then we'll sign the year. Like we talked about. So you put the two characters for the year of this specific tiger. Only repeat every 60 years. And then your name. My name is Xiaohui. And I'll put a stand here. Okay. What time is it? Okay, I think we don't have time for the dragon. I would see if I have time. I'll do it later. So now I'm giving more room for, time for the calligraphy demo about the Chinese red poster, red couplets, and red diamond. Okay, so here's Victoria.
We will have a Q&A section at the end. So if you have questions, hold on to it. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy Lunar Chinese New Year.
Let me give you four. Let me see the full screen. Okay, you can show your face, and then you can change to Xing.
Okay, now I'm writing the characters, especially this season, on this diamond-shaped paper, one characters as the image. The first one I'm going to write is the tiger. Henry did the painting for the tiger, and I'm going to write the character for the tiger. And we have different styles for that. First, guess what I'm going to do is the standard. This is the one called standard, and this is the close to the printing style now. And then I'm going to do walking style.
Victoria, could you place the paper slightly higher, please, so we can see the bottom? Thank you. Maybe slightly to the right also, because...
To the right a little bit.
Okay, good, thank you.
Seems the paper a little bit too big. Now, walking style. This is the walking style. A lot different, right? And then I'm going to do running style, also called cursive style. In Chinese also we call grass style. A lot mess.
Can you move it up also, please? Thank you.
That's the running style. One more for this character today. Yeah, I did this seal script on bronze turtle shell, you know, something originally tiger. A big mouth for that. Oh, spine tail. You know, this is head. Plow. Another, there's some things in the back. Another plow. A little bit different. This is the seal script for the tiger. And what's the order? Guess. Actually, the order is seal script first on the turtle shell, on the bronze, right? And then, oh, one more, sorry. The other is called clerical style. It's like a carving mood, but on paper. I tell my students in my calligraphy class, it's like holding a knife, carving, or holding a stick right on the sand. It's called Yichou, clerical style. See, carving mood, riding, holding the stick on the sand. Clerical style. Okay, what's the order for that? Can you guess? What's the order? Definitely, this is more picture-like, right? This is the first on the bronze or on the turtle shell, right? This is the first, and then become like a more straightened and the whole body more rectangular and squarish, straighten the strokes, become one stroke by one stroke less curve, right? And become that, so it's unified, and that's why I call clerical style. So this first, this second, and then become those two walking style for common people. Use the characters for writing tool, right? But for faster writing, so become walking style. And this is cursive style, running style. Actually, artists to write this become their artistic form. Literally use that later. Of course, some rules there to write. And then very later, very later, like 200 era, because this, all of them has become, like this clerical style become the, started at like the BC, 200 BC, and this is like the 200 era. Standard style. So this is the very late, because people want to do some things more perfect paper paper, because paper has been invented. So more slant, more lifting and more pressing, do some, more fun on paper. Okay, now the other very typical character to write in this season for Chinese New Year on this red diamond paper is Fu, blessing. Standard style first. Standard style for blessing or happiness, some things like that. Walking style. Every people can do that. This is the tool for faster writing. Cursive style. Artistic form. Some characters, some people for this artistic form of the cursive style, even nowadays people cannot recognize it. So this is really called artistic literary style. But people still use that for the art purpose, also for banner or some things advertising for the usages for that. And then clerical style, the clerical style looks more dignified looking, because still I said carving mood, right? Not that much lifting, not sharp tip, sharp end. For the dot, it's not raindrop like, it's more like a triangle like that. Because you are carving on hard surface, on the stone or bamboo. See how slow carving. Actually, this is started to have paper already, but still, after the seal script, the form still maintains some things and start just to straighten the strokes, seal carving for the this blessing. That's very interesting. We have the meaning for the characters, right? So this part, seal carving, seal script. I'm sorry, seal script. Really, seal script. It's like that. You know what's that? Talking about the season of Chinese New Year. This is something to do with the sacrifice. So sacrifice and tribute things to the god, to the kitchen god, and to the something God gave us. This is like a sacrifice table setting. Look at that. Some stands there to hold the table. A piece of wood at the table, like the barbecue table setting. This is the sacrifice. The meaning for that. This is the radical for the characters. And this part, look at what does it look like. Seal script. I wrote the tiger. It's really tiger-like a thing, right? And this, what's that? This is, don't you think this is the building-like things? This is the barn to store the new harvest things in the barn, and this table for sacrifice things. So that's the seal script for blessing. Actually, we display this diamond shape for the blessing. We do this way. We do this way because we have the same pronunciation for upside down, reverse, same pronunciation as the arrive. So when you do this, put this on the door, and people saw that, when people see that, people coming, people will say, oh, the blessing, the character, the blessing is upside down, but pronunciation exactly sound like, oh, blessing is arrived. Then I will be so happy to hear that. I expect to hear that. Oh, good. People say that blessing is arrived. So this the blessing word displayed this way. Actually, the character, real character is this way. Okay. One more characters to do is the spring. So before we only have the Chinese New Year, and nowadays we call the Chinese New Year because it's about 1 month later than the the New Year. So more to the spring. So we call New Year, and this is we call Spring Festival. So spring, standard first. Yeah, also this is a very common word to write on this diamond shape. And display this way, people will say, oh, spring is arrived. in the style. Now, walking. Just do faster. Walking, you know, walking shows more, walking and the running shows more dynamic, right? Some more, when we speed up, shows some rhythm and more dynamic. And the grass style, cursive style, I said it's really literary writing and artistic form changed a lot. See, the walking to the running shows even more dynamic, right? And the clerical style, it's just from changed from the seal script, so it's still considered carving style, carving mood to write it. Hold a stick, write on the sand, or carving. Okay. Not sharp tip, because you are carving. You cannot do that sharp things. Go slow, slowly lift up. No sweeping. Leave some imperfectness, fine. That's the style, because on hearts. Okay, that's the spring in clerical style. Okay, now I finished this writing on the diamond shaped for 3 characters in different styles. And Happy New Year again.
Thank you, Victoria. So now Victoria and Henry will be moving to a different room downstairs to perform a piece of magical music. We will take maybe a couple of seconds for them to travel from up.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you still hear me? Okay. Yeah, I think you have to turn the speaker upper because I cannot move the camera closer. The mic is yeah, it's a little far. So okay, that's good. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me explain a little bit why we tune the music instrument. This instrument is known as the Guqin, meaning ancient instrument, ancient music instrument. Qin is not refers to all different instruments like gangqin, piano, or xiaoqi, violin, or other music instrument. But the Qin is the Guqin because this is the earliest piece of instrument. According to the material associated with UNESCO proclaimed this as the intangible cultural heritage of humanity in early 21st century, because this is the only. Okay, let me just move it. Let me move this way. Can you hear me better? Okay, so this music has 5,000 years of history, as evidenced in this next song we're going to perform today. It's called the Shen Ren Chang, or the harmony between man, God and man. It was composed by a legendary early Chinese tribe leader in Neolithic period, before the dynasties. His name is Yao. He received a God's like message, telling people the coming of like the great flood or something. Or you can also it might be also played in the ceremony or
harvest.
Yeah, any ceremonial time to pray for rain. It has to do with the water or rain, that kind of uncontrollable natural surface forces. So God is in control of a man's destiny in their times, and then people are praying with the dance and the drum, the music and the qin. So
it's like a shaman dance.
Right. It has it's played on only 5 strings, because at that time Guqin only have 5 strings to start with. Now we have 7 strings. Let me try mine.
That's 7, and then 5 is
Okay, so this song only used the lower 5 strings to play, and the design of the qin is very cosmological, so to speak. It has the numbers as just like the calendar. The length is symbolized the year, like 3 feet and 60 inches and 5 something. So that symbolizes the 365 days, and then the 12 months plus 1 leap month. That's the marks on this pitch notes, right? Pitch marks, and so on. So there are many very specific cultural significance embodied in the Guqin, and they're played only by elite in the past. So they are not intended to be heard in public because the sound is very peaceful, and because it has the longest usable string length. So you provide this vibration very friendly to your heartbeat and your body rhythm. So it's very comfort and help to calm down your mind and mood. So it's one of the 4 arts of Chinese literati, besides calligraphy, painting, and the ancient form of chess. Okay. Now let's start.
Yeah. Normally for this, like the ceremony, the music with the drum, but Chinese drum I don't have. I use my drum sets instead. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. You could watch YouTube recording on the same link later for a very clear sound effect of the drum and the music. Thank you so much for beautiful playing. So now we're going to open up for the question and answer from participants. You should be able to unmute yourself. If you have questions, you can raise your hand. Also. I'm going to look through the screen and see if anyone raised hands electronically or physical hand. I do not see anyone. So I guess there's no question. Are you sure there's no question about any of the performance today?
Okay, we got some comments in the chat, I think.
Somebody was asking if there is time for Henry to paint the dragon. I guess seeing Henry paint is the request.
Okay.
Do you think you would rather paint since there is no question from the audience for you?
I think that's a good question, request. I'm going to satisfy that for sure. Okay, so we're going to paint a dragon. A dragon is a legendary animal, doesn't exist in real world, but it's a combination of different elements in the natural. So it is a man created imaginary like a totem symbol in the past. There's a theory that it says, in the process of unifying different tribes, each tribe, the totem from different tribe would contribute a little element to the new union symbol. So in the end, it became the imperial symbol, exclusively used for the emperor only. And we got some more brushes here. So I just use what's left over here to do the ink part. So I'm going to paint the eye of the dragon first, and it's like a tiger, is kind of faithful eye. So we will just.
Could you move the paper slightly higher also so we could see the bottom?
Okay.
Thank you.
If you want, I can zoom in a little bit, but I also want to show the. Just to see. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's good.
We can zoom in a little bit like that. Good. So I put 2 dots for the eye, and it's just a half circle. It could have some perspective, but don't have to. If you paint in a front view, and I paint 2 dots for the nose. There's some stroke for the scales on the nose maybe, and I will do a old dragon face, kind of you painted eyebrow with white, so you only draw a little bit texture on that above the eye, but leave the space for the upper eyelid. We don't paint that. Actually, in tiger, I would also leave some broken, lost in the found lines. But in dragon, I completely avoid any line there. And then I would draw a big mouth, like a horse kind of. Not as big as wide as a tiger, but they also have some teeth like a tiger maybe. So and then open a jar with a fire maybe later, and you can there's some snake kind of skin, and the deer's horn. You can draw some something like that, a deer horn, and a big ear like a donkey or a horse also, a horse, yeah, a long or ox, that kind of. Okay, and then the mane from I don't know which animal, could be that's the big white. Okay, and then to save time, I'll just do a big stroke. Maybe you can paint green if you want, or you can use the imperial color, yellow, orange, that kind of golden dragon. Let's do a green dragon.
Henry,
Yes.
could you focus more on the painting, please? It feels a little bit out of focus. Thank you.
Okay, so you may not see the palette, but I will tell you what color it is. It's a yellow and the blue combination to get the green. I can just use the sap green, the kind of ready-made green. I'm using the cool watercolors, same brand I use for watercolor, Fusion watercolor. It's a new kind of watercolor. It is more vibrant than traditional pigment and binding materials. So let's just do some kind of like snake dance. Okay, I think we can get a tail or something there. Just a big snake kind of line for the body part, and then you can paint a little bit. We call that fin or something, back on the back. And the belly should be a little white, right? There's a fish tail. You don't have to do all the details. It's in the movement. It may be hidden in the clouds or something, or sea. It could be a water or clouds. Okay, so I'm going to paint some claws, like an eagle. Okay, so the number of claws indicate different kind of dragon. Imperial dragon has more, like 5, I think. The duke or other nobility may only use 3, or less. You can have a claw on this. Okay, it's just. The holding a wisdom paw or something, I think. It's just imagine, to be imaginative. Yeah. Okay, and then we can draw the nail. I think the nail also can have different numbers for different rank officials, but usually 5 or 3 maybe. I don't really mind about those ranking requirement. but you know, in the past, it's not allowed to be used by commoners. Only the royal family, the imperial family, could use as their exclusive symbol. So just put some scales, like fish scales or snake scales. Okay, and we can add a little bit, maybe for the belly part, a little bit pink or orange color, maybe. Just make it a little warm somewhere. Just okay. The horn could be a little brown. Okay. I just use burnt sienna. Maybe. So you do the dark first in Chinese painting. And some nail. And the mouth area, maybe a little. Okay. Just imaginative. The yellow, a little bit cool green, or just the lemon yellow. I use to dot the eye. That's about it. And then we'll do the fire with a hot red, mix of orange and palo red or something hot. Yeah. Just like this. Like the fire. Okay. And that's about it, right? So this you could date the year of the tiger, you know, when we date your painting, but the symbol is Chen, for the dragon year, which will be 2 more years, right, from now. So I'm gonna we'll write who. I think there's something to relate dragon and hu, long hu something.
龙腾虎跃.
龙腾虎跃, right.
The dragon jumps up high, and I mean, and the tiger also, right?
Or 虎踞龙盘.
I spirited.
And something like 虎踞龙盘 or
生龙活虎.
生龙活虎, yeah, 生龙活虎.
生龙活虎.
生龙活. There are many words that pair the dragon with a tiger. So it's and just like a horse and a dragon, also some 龙马精神, right? Could also. So they're all symbolized of vitality, that kind of good luck. 生龙活虎, 龙虎精神, 龙虎. I'll just write 龙虎精神好. 龙. That's the grass style. Yeah, we just learned this from Victoria. That's a cursive style for 虎. 精神, spirit of a tiger and a dragon. 精神 means spirit. Okay. 龙虎精神, 散皮永乐, that's good. And then I'll put the tiger. Where's the tiger? Tiger is indicated in this year. And then I write Chun, 正月, the first spring month. Okay, and then my signature. Let me get my seal here. And also I will seal the other tiger. So if we put these two together, it will become a good wish for the new year. Okay.
Henry, which kind of paper did you use to paint these two paintings?
Okay. The paper is the unsized Confucius paper, but I washed it. I soaked it in like a 2% or 5% laundry detergent. So I made it more smearing, more absorbent, just to make the machine-made paper kind of more natural, more hard to control for beginners maybe. So that's let me just make this a little bit clear. This ball, that's that little pearl, wisdom pearl. I think maybe. Anyway, it is a ball, and this one you can add a little, maybe a little pink here. Big mouse. Let's make it smile. Okay. And that's it, I think. I have different size of seal for this stamp. You usually match the size of the characters. So this one, this. We have a piece of pad. Let me just use some paper and then use it. Oops. That's my last name. You can sign with your first name, given name, and then use a seal for family name. The Chinese art is combination of literature or poetry, calligraphy, and seal engraving. Seal engraving art as well. It's like Chinese music. It's more subjective, more depiction, not depiction of natural, but expression of feelings or mood. That kind of expression. Yeah. 写意, what do you call it? Okay, any other requests?
I don't see questions in the chat, but I do have one announcement before people go home. The manager at the Cafe Bank in Flushing, which is located at Sanford Avenue and Main Street, just emailed me and offered to give out calendars there for people who would walk over or visit their bank to pick it up. I do plan to pick up some more next Friday for distribution within Brooklyn's branches. But if you are nearby Flushing, you are very welcome to go and pick up from the bank. That's what I just received in the email. So that's good news.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think for those who live outside the state, I think Yongle have some special arrangement if you like could provide a paid mailing label, right? But you have to discuss that with Yongle.
Right, we do not have programming budget to mail things outside. That's why we are limiting to pick up in Brooklyn location. But thank you very much for your support. If you want to send a prepaid postage mail to me, I could send it outside. Thank you.
Okay, thank Yongle for providing this opportunity for people to get a copy of this calendar, and I'm very proud to do this for the 60th anniversary of Cathy Bank. Thank Cathy Bank for commissioning me. It was a really fun process, and I will continue to share of my creating process with you in my Tuesday workshop and class with the Brooklyn Library, hosted by the librarians here today. So thank you, Yongle, thank Paula, thank everybody for your time.
Before we go off, I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention that Borough Park is also hosting an acrylic painting class. If anybody has any interest in that, I put the link that you can click on to register for the class. And thank you all for your participation.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Happy New Year, everybody.
We'll see many of you Tuesday for the 4th session of Henry's class for the year of Tiger. So thank you for showing up here, and please do watch the YouTube recording where the sound effect is much, much better. Apologies, and thank you for your support, continuous support. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Borough Park, for sponsoring this.
Put it all together.
Yeah, thank you. We're the best collaborators. And thank you, Henry and Victoria. We shall see each other again. Happy New Year, and good luck to everybody.